Hello Wolfpack, been getting a lot of messages this morning about the price action on Bitcoin. I just want to say before we start the video, guys, chill. We're still within the bear flag, right? It's hilarious to see so many people flipping in and out between bearish and bullish while it's still below, within the bear flag or below resistance. Yeah, like this price action is bullish. There's no doubt about that. In fact, it's very bullish, and I'm going to talk about them in a second, but just settle down, all right? It's all good, right? We can look at this objectively. We don't have to be so emotional here. But I'm not saying you guys specifically, but like the entire market. I wake up this morning, every single YouTube video is like, "Oh, bull market's back on." Every Twitter post, "Bull market's back." It's like, guys, we're literally at the same price. Chill. But anyway, yeah, that's not to say it's not going to break out to the upside. It very well could do that. In fact, by the time this video comes out, knowing my luck as of recent, it probably has, all right? But the point is, we're still within that bear flag formation. And more importantly, who cares about the bear flag formation, because it doesn't matter. More importantly, we're still not, confirmed to have the macro bottom. My requirements for the macro bottom on Bitcoin have not changed since we were at 17K. I'm not shifting my opinion, right? My requirements for the macro bottom have been a weekly candle close above the 200-week SMA, and more importantly, right, and this is a recent development for sure, but that's what it's been generally. This is the recent development. A weekly candle close above 23.8k will, in my opinion, confirm the bottom being in. We haven't seen that yet. 23.8k, weekly candle close above that. We could see it in 4 days, Like, there's no rush. 4 days is not a long time. Not much is going to happen in 4 days. So, 4 days from now, if we close above 23.8k, yeah, cool, the bottom's in. Awesome, that's great. We can buy Bitcoin. But as of right now, we're just seeing a resistance support flip, right? This is nothing more than a resistance support flip at the moment off the 200-week SMA, and that's a bearish thing. We head to the downside. So, it's nothing to be jumping off the bridge about, jumping the gun about. Even though this is bullish price action, and yeah, we have seen, a morning star formation, where we've seen basically, and this is on Ethereum and Bitcoin, by the way. We've seen that long downside candle, in the recent 3 days. We saw a long downside candle with a small body, which is the star, and then we saw a long upside candle. That's a morning star formation. It's a pattern of reversal. It's a bullish formation. Exact same thing on Ethereum. Instead, on Ethereum, we saw a resistance support flip as well. Now, yeah, these are undeniably bullish things. If you go to my video yesterday, you'll see I actually posted a video yesterday saying, support found, a glimmer of hope going into FMOC. And of course, we actually did find that support. That support held. That support was 20.7k. We talked about it yesterday, and it did provide the hope we needed. However, we're still not out of the bear flag. So, there's not much to update here other than me telling you guys to calm down. Not you guys specifically again, but just the market in general. There's nothing really happened. That's the thing with this kind of price action. It's all psychops. It's all psychological manipulation. It's here for a reason. It's here to shake you out, to get you in wrong positions, to flip your buys bullish to bearish. Look at this. We saw a massive pump. We saw a pump of 11% in like a 24-hour period. Regardless of that, we're still in the same exact structure we were in before, right? So objectively speaking, so long as we maintain the structure and so long as we maintain below 23.8k, there's no reason whatsoever to be macro bullish on Bitcoin. Short-term bullish, like, yeah, I guess you can make a case for it, but macro bullish, the objective reality of the situation really, truly is this. There's no reason to be macro bullish on Bitcoin until we're at least above the 200-week SMA and closed above it, more likely until above 23.8k. That's just the objective reality, right? And there's really no other argument you can make. How do I know that? How can I say that? Well, I can say it because look at the past for Bitcoin. The 200-week SMA has been a major support zone for Bitcoin. Even though it's been a major support zone, we have closed below it before, and it did not indicate a continue to the drop. And so if we're flipping it around and turning that bias around, if we close above it slightly, it's not really indicative of a pump to the upside, right? It could just be a fake out like we saw before where we closed below it but we didn't drop. So what we actually need to be seeing is closing above the 200-week SMA and then closing above the nearest resistance zone above the 200-week SMA, which is 23.8k, right? So that's it. That's really all there is to it. And until that happens, the only things we need to be watching really are, on a larger scale, this macro uptrending line. And if we drop below that, let me adjust that slightly. If we drop below that, cool, we're basically confirmed to go lower. And then 23.8k. And if we pump above that, cool, we're basically confirmed to go higher. That's really as simple as it gets. Now, obviously we've seen in the last, 12 hours since FMOC, I mean, we saw a 75 basis point hike, maybe 8 hours. We saw, I think, one of the biggest green days on the, maybe not, but a very large green day on traditional markets, right? We saw a massive pump all the way down from the lowest point in the wick, from 3,900 down up to all the way to around 4,044, which is obviously quite bullish, and we've kind of, still continued the upside. But even on this occasion, it's like we haven't even formed a higher high yet. Even on the SP 500, which saw a massive green day, it's been reversing for a while, we still haven't seen a higher high, right? The higher high would happen above 4,200. So I think a lot of people are just jumping the gun here, and why did we pump? Well, that's something we can cover as well. It's like, why did we pump? Like, Wolf, you said we weren't going to pump if we saw 75 basis points. You're correct, and I was incorrect about that for sure. But what I can say as well is that, have we really pumped, or have we just seen short-term bullish price action? Right? Because there's a big difference. Short-term bullish price action in an event that causes high volatility, it's actually not that surprising at all. But provided I am wrong, and provided we do actually pump above the bear flag, in which case I would be wrong, we've seen bullish price action justifiably because of this. Well, these are the recent rate hikes, right? Each circle equals 25 basis points, okay? So, excuse my writing there, it says 25. So we saw 25 basis point hike, we saw a 50 basis point hike, we saw a 75 basis point hike on the third time, and now we've seen another 75 basis point hike. So why would we pump here? We haven't done it yet, but why would we if we do? Well, it's pretty obvious, right? Because the first hike, we saw 25, then we saw 50, then we saw 75. What's interesting about those three hikes is they all led to dumps. Why? Because not only were rates increasing, but the magnitude of the rates that were increasing on each occasion increased. So we went from 25 basis point hike to 50 basis point hike to 75 basis point hike. It was an indication that the situation was worsening, and hence the Fed was taking more severe action, more aggressive action to counter the situation. Now we've seen a 75 basis point again, which could be indicative of kind of a plateau. Maybe the Fed's reached their peak in terms of magnitude for, interest rate hikes, potentially. That's what it could indicate. That's why we could be pumping. But I just want to reiterate that main point, because there's not much analysis to do here today other than just reminding you guys. Reiterating the main point, we're still in a bear flag formation, and we're still below the critical invalidation point. So who cares? Thanks for watching, guys. That's about it, really. I want to look at a few things before we end the video, of course. One of which being Wolves Crypto V.I.P. So go to my YouTube channel, click the join button here, and you'll get access to all of these perks. And it's just 28 USD a month, so less than $1 a day. An altcoin trading signal every 2 days. So every second day you get an altcoin trading signal, prioritized reply to comments, a 2-hour lecture on market psychology, and exclusive access to a Telegram group where we discuss the market and share charts amongst the VIPs. We've also got BitGet, non-KYC, lower fees than Binance. In fact, probably the lowest fees in the market. Some people would say, oh, well, Binance has 0 fees on Bitcoin. It's like, well, we don't trade Bitcoin, right? We trade altcoins, and it only has 0 fees on Bitcoin spot, and not many people are out there trading Bitcoin spot. I can tell you that much. We always trade futures on Bitcoin because it's too slow. It's not volatile enough to trade on spot, but, well, occasionally we do, but not necessarily. So, yeah. Half the fees of Binance, non-KYC, just added in USDC trading if you're a fan of USDC. It's also got USDT, of course. And you can sign up using my referral link and gain access to a reward center with over 4,000 USD in rewards by completing a few tasks. So there you go. That's a reason to sign up there. And then also, and finally, if you want to learn TA, you want to learn how to become objective like myself and not easily led by emotions, you're going to be wanting to join up the Become a Trader course, a 10-unit course on TA, how to trade, how to identify patterns, some market psychology there as well, how to use exchanges, what exchanges do you use, how much of portfolio should you allocate to a trade, where to set your stop loss, where to set your take profit, what do different structures mean, are they bullish, are they bearish, candlestick formations, indicators, everything you need to know about trading, or vast majority at least, is in this course. And if you're interested, you can sign up via basically emailing us here at cryptoacademycourses@gmail.com, and we'll send you back information pamphlet and a video showing you what it actually looks like so you can be informed before you make it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.